Here's a question that a student had who was preparing for a test, and she wanted to understand some of this notation. It talks about a given interval, which seemed a little confusing. This was confusing. And these were some of the questions that she had to answer. There were a lot of questions based on this one thing. So let's kind of look at this, and I hope this helps you as well. So the function is y equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. And it's only wanting to know this limited amount of x values for x is between -1 and +5, and it includes those. So let's take a look at that. That means that -1 is the smallest value that x could be. And 5 is the largest value or the greatest value. And so it works out nicely that they gave us a beautiful little chart that kind of fits all that in. So for that, you're going to plug in or substitute x wherever you see it with the value that you're trying for that particular one. So I'm actually just doing this over and over again. So x squared minus 4x plus 3, I'm substituting in a -1 where the x's were. So -1 squared is 1. -4 times -1 is +4. So 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So -1, 8 is going to be a point on this graph. -1, 8 would be right there. At 0, so 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 3. Well, that's 0 and that's 0, so that would be 3. So at 0, we should be up 3. We can plot that point. 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 3. So 1 minus 4 is -3 plus 3 is 0. So at 1, we're up none. We're at 0. So write 1, don't go up or down. 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 3. So 4 minus 8, because 4 times 2 is 8. It's -4 plus 3 is -1. So this point is 2, -1. So write 2 down 1. And then 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 3. Okay, so 9 minus 12. 4 times 3 is 12. It's -3 plus 3 is 0. Okay, so 3, 0. Interesting. So 3, don't go up or down, just stay at 0. So down, 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 up. All right, 4 squared minus 4 times 4 plus 3. So 16 minus 16 is 0. Plus 3 is 3. So this point should be 4, 3. So at 4, we should be up 3. And at 5, 5 squared minus 5 times, minus 4 times 5. I substituted into the wrong place. Plus 3. All right. Every time this is what we're substituting into. 25 minus 20 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. So this should be, sorry about that, 5, 8. Okay. So right 5 and up 8. Looks like it's right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sort of connect the dots and make a nice curve, as nice as I can, at least, right, on this. Not so pretty. It should be a nice smooth curve. So I'm sure yours looks much better than my wobbly lines there, but that's okay. It gets the point across, and it's, roughly curved at the bottom. You want to try to make it more U-shaped than V-shaped so that you're clear that you understand that it is a nice curve there at the bottom. Okay, so a couple of things that I really want you to pay attention to. That is, do you notice the symmetry here? These both have a y value of 8. These both have a y value of 3. These have a y value of 0. And in the middle is our low point on the graph, right? 2, -1. That is the vertex of this graph, 2, -1. Where is the axis of symmetry? That means just simply, where are we seeing a nice fold? You know, if we were on paper, where could we fold this graph and essentially have the same thing on the left and the right sides? Usually that's shown with a dashed line, but to give you a nice clean line, I'm giving you a solid one there. So yeah, so that would be our axis of symmetry, and it runs right through that axis 2. So axis of symmetry, I use that X to remind me, you always write that as X equals, and it is always the X value from the vertex. So it's kind of nice to know. But that's just where the symmetry is. Like if you fold it, it's the same on either side. All right, is the vertex a maximum or a minimum value? And we just talked about that. It's the lowest point. And so that means it's a minimum. And that minimum is at y equals -1. And that always matches the y value from the vertex. So it's down here at -1 on the y-axis. All right, I hope that's helpful. These can be tricky, but if you take them step by step, then it's usually better and not so bad. See you next time.